Well, ladies and gentlemen, here on Sky Sports, it's time for the main event of the evening. And would you welcome firstly to the ring, please, the challenger for the title from Beckenham, Kevin Lueshing.
So here he comes then. Here's the challenger for the WBO Light Middleweight Championship. This is Kevin Lueshing, former British welterweight champion. Well, Kevin Lueshing then just about to make that walk. Here it comes, the long walk to the ring. It can be a nerve-wracking experience for some men. Lueshing's been there before, and as I say, he comes to this ring absolutely confident of victory. This is heading from Beckenham in Kent these days. Not too many miles from Crystal Palace, to be honest with you. And trained these days by Kevin Sanders. Sanders, the man who was in the corner the night Nigel Benn became Gerald McLennan. The crowd on their feet over to my left, all of the die-hard Kevin Lueshing supporters. Lueshing's last fight, by the way, was a challenge for the WBO Intercontinental Light Middleweight Championship. He won that being Nicky Thurman on points over 12 rounds. So here he comes, and they call him the Look. He's a male model too. So the challenger, a lively prospect, Kevin Lueshing, with a big punch. So often, of course, big punchers lack the ability to take a big shot. And that may also be true in Lueshing's case. We'll wait and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the light middleweight champion of the world from Namibia, Harry Simon.
So here he comes then. Here comes the Namibian world champion, Harry Simon. And immediately all of the Namibian flags waving around me. Just noticed a big one over to my right. He's an exceptionally hard worker, Harry Simon. He's no easy job for anybody. And he's walking past this big Namibian flag. It'll be to his left, by the way. And there you are, there it is. And those supporters getting behind him. Very pleased to see him, of course. And Harry looks up to them. That's interesting. One of the flags has just broken off and landed on the commentary table. Just a little one, of course. So here he comes then, the WBO Light Middleweight Champion of the World, Harry Simon. So wherever you may be in the world watching this tonight, my name is Steve Holt, and welcome once again to the National Sports Centre in Crystal Palace. World Championship Boxing, featuring the WBO Light Middleweight Championship. Kevin Lueshing challenging Harry Simon of Namibia for the WBO Light Middleweight crown. Our MC for this event is Mike Goodall. There's the tail of the tape. Simon, 4 years younger. He's an inch taller, exactly the same weight, and has a 1-inch reach advantage. That may be significant. And as you can see, Simon's had to box less rounds, but he's also had less fights, but has a higher knockout percentage. And as you can see, Lueshing, well, he's fought 5 scheduled 12-rounders and completed 1 of them. And so too has Harry Simon, who's only fought in 1 so far. That, of course, was the title fight against Winky Wright. Brian Mitchell, of course, the coach of Simon. What a great lightweight champion he was. He'd fight in anyone's backyard and come home with the championship. And he is a very useful addition to the Simon corner.
Contest by the World Boxing Organization, President Francesco Valcasel, the supervisor for the WBO, the steward in charge this evening, Lord Brooks of Tremorfa. The British Boxing Board of Control representative is their General Secretary, Mr. John Morris. The timekeeper, Mr. Ray Rice of Kingswood in Surrey, and the judges at ringside of Mr. Roy Francis of London, Mr. Harold Lederman of New York, and Mr. Dave Parris of London. And the referee in charge of the action this evening from California, Mr. Lou Moretz. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, live and exclusive on Sky Sports from the famous sporting venue of the Crystal Palace, it's big fight time. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren proudly presents World Championship Boxing and a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the light middleweight championship of the world. Between and introducing the boxers, and firstly, finding out of the blue corner, he wears the red and black trunks and comes from Beckenham. He weighed in at 10 stone and 13 pounds. He has a 20-goal light professional record, 21 wins, 17 wins by way of knockout with 3 losses. He's the former British welterweight champion, the current WBO Intercontinental champion, and tonight makes his second attempt at world title honours. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Kevin "The Look" Lueshing!
Huge support for Lueshing in the Crystal Palace. Very, very popular man.
And across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with red, he comes from Walvis Bay in Namibia. He also weighed in at 10 stone and 13 pounds. He holds a perfect professional fight record. 17 wins from 17 contests. 14 wins coming by way of the knockout. He's the WBO light middleweight champion of the world, tonight making the first defense of his title. Please welcome Harry Simon!
And there's the champion, and there is the High Commissioner. That was Monica Nashandi with the rest of the support here in the Crystal Palace. And Harry Simon, of course, from Walvis Bay in Namibia. And this will be an absolutely fascinating match. And of course, the big question here is, can Harry Simon take the punches that Lueshing is bound to land? And the other question is, can Kevin Lueshing live with the pace that Simon is bound to set? Here we go. Referee Lou Moretz from California taking charge. 3 neutral judges, of course, will put in the scorecards for this one. So here we go, round 1. The champion in the white with the red piping. And I suppose Kevin Lueshing comes into this one with a puncher's chance. Looks very fit, well turned out. In fact, both men do. Just the first fight, of course, for Harry since August last year when he won the championship. Well, a nice confident start this so far by the Englishman. Oh, good left hook from Simon. Best punch of the round so far from Harry Simon. Both men strangely wearing those yellow gloves, but of course they're very easy to see. You can see just where the punches land. Lueshing not at all ruffled by that left hook that rattled against his jaw. Very sensibly just regrouping here, not trying anything too ambitious. Won't take on Simon until the time is right. Oh, and I've got a feeling that Simon's going to get a nasty shock if he does. Oops, that wasn't a knockdown, that was a push. And referee Lou Moretz saw that. It was almost a forearm smash from the African. I'm about to say that I think Simon will get a shock if Lueshing does land cleanly. because he is a powerful fighter. Oh, good left hook, and he's got Simon hurt there. That one hurt Harry Simon. Simon has got very good recuperative powers. So maybe this newfound optimism in Lueshing's mind is well justified. Fighting perhaps on level terms in this opener with the champion. Well, there you are, end of round one, and one of Simon's supporters behind on the right said he can run, but he can't hide. That is so true, of course. So here we are, Kevin Lueshing, the challenger for the title. Well, what do you make of his chances now? That's a good question. He landed a very, very good punch, I thought, in the opening session after taking the first meaty shot of the round, and he's still there. Kevin Sarders and Jimmy Tibbs in the corner. So, a bit of replay coming up here. Wonder what we're going to see. Well, unfortunately, nothing too conclusive there, except a bit of a clash of heads. So, round two then, and I'm going to go levels on the opener. Both men had their moments in that first round, and neither dominated. Well, Lueshing once again tries the left hook. And again, a stiff jab there from Kevin. Oh, takes a right. And a left again from Simon. Well, this is where Harry Simon wants it. Good left hook there from Harry Simon. And once again, we've got a real punch up here now. And this is a thriller second in Crystal Palace. Lueshing breaks off the attack. Now that was good to watch. Significantly, Kevin Lueshing took those punches from Harry Simon. And also importantly, managed to land one or two as well that got Simon's respect. So Harry Simon, then a very unassuming young man, a real ambassador to his country. Oh, good stiff jab from Simon. Oh, and again a right hand there, catching Lueshing on the chin. Oh, and Lueshing unprotected, takes an uppercut. Well, this is exactly what Harry Simon was planning. So Kevin Lueshing then under pressure here in the second. The thing is about Harry Simon, you know, he starts throwing these punches and combinations as soon as, oh, takes a good right. Lueshing lands a good shot. About to say there, as soon as Lueshing does manage to land with a punch, I've got a feeling that Simon's going to get a shot because he hits very hard. Of course, will Lueshing get the chance? That's the big question now. Well, nice defensive work then by Lueshing. He's coming back strongly, but takes a good couple of shots there from Simon. And once again, we've got one of these very fluid attacks going. And doesn't it look good when it's done right? Not every punch landing, though. But that's a good round, I think, for the champion. Well, the High Commissioner up on her feet here, waving her flag. And there you are, there's the Harry Simon corner. Brian Mitchell, of course, a former great champion, super featherweight and lightweight, of course. A great champion from South Africa is the man behind Harry Simon at the moment. As I say, managed by Rodney Berman, but Rodney couldn't be here tonight, but I bet you somewhere he's watching this. Well, here we are. Bit of replay coming up then from that second round. This was a real terror. This was good to watch. Round three then. The scheduled 12-rounder for the WBO Light Middleweight Championship. The champion in the white, Harry Simon. A round up, in my opinion, against the challenger from Kent, Kevin Lueshing. And Simon only knows one way to fight, and that's to go forward, taking the fight to his man. Could, of course, be a dangerous ploy against a banger like Lueshing. We'll wait and see. Because I tell you, if Lueshing does catch him, there's going to be problems. And that's what's always going to make this one interesting. Well, Lueshing there, just taking a bit of a risk. Well, a good right hook, and he's gone over. Lueshing on the floor, a right hook followed by a left hook, and Kevin Lueshing looks very unhappy down there. Takes the mandatory 8 count from referee Numaret. So, can Harry Simon find the finishing punches here in round three? Oh, another right, but a good sidestep from Lueshing. Kevin Lueshing now suffering a bit of bruising around one of his eyes. Bit lumpy, in fact. Oh, body shot. Good shot. Right in the solar plexus. It kind of sprayed along the stomach there. I don't think he's going to beat it here. He's up at 9, but he looks very unhappy. And they really, really hurt. Well, was it some kind of ploy by Lueshing? Oh, he's gone again. It's all over. It's all over. So Harry Simon retains his WBO Light Middleweight Championship in great style here, beating a very game but outgunned Kevin Lueshing in 3 rounds. 3 knockdowns. Lueshing on the floor, still. So, a wonderful night then. And there's his wife, Kevin's wife there, just obscured. But, well, she won't be happy about that either. But I tell you something, Lueshing came and gave it a very, very good effort against a good champion. And that's the problem, up against a good champion. You know, 3 knockdown rule, I think, was in operation here this evening. And, well, it's been operation against Lueshing anyway. And there's his wife, a much better picture there. Well, she's a very pretty lady, and a very disappointing one as well, I'm sure. Well, not necessarily in his performance, but certainly in the fact that he lost, as any wife would be, or one would hope. So here, a bit of replay then coming up here, but watch this again. Good shot there. So it was a single shot then from Simon. That's the punch that did it. Well, in fact, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It didn't actually catch him on the way down. So wonderful finish then from Harry Simon. A one-punch knockout finish. And didn't he do well? Promoter Frank Warren. Well, I'm sure he'll be looking at something much more major from here on in, because he's got a very good charge on his hands. And don't forget, this is the 7th time that Frank has promoted him in this country for Sports Network, and it looks like the end of a glorious, glittering career for Kevin Lueshing. Where does he go from here? That's the question. And this was Well, the subsequent punches from Harry Simon that caused Lumaret to wave it off. Watch this again. Bang, wonderful shot on the temple there. And as I say, Kevin's never had the best of chins, but always carries a good punch. So the official verdict then coming up very shortly from our MC, Mr. Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 8 seconds of the third round, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner and still light middleweight champion of the world, Harry Simon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'd like to show your appreciation for a very gallant loser indeed, please, Kevin Lueshing.
So Simon then gets that belt strapped around his waist once again. Very happy man, of course. And once again, like Brian Mitchell in his corner, he's done it away from home, and that is a very, very important distinction to make. You know, a good fighter is a good fighter anywhere. So Harry Simon then still in the ring there, and all of those supporters over on the right-hand side who had the big flag.
First of all, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Did my heart a bit heartbroken. I was waiting for the left hook again, and I'm looking back at it now. I had him going in the first round. I see him wobble, and I just didn't follow up. You know, maybe I'm always going to be the one that called the nearly man, but I'm a bit disheartened now. And you know, I spoke to my wife before, and I said I'm going to give it my 100% shot. If I didn't win this one, then I'm going to make a retirement, and this will be my last fight.
You're definitely retiring. A lot of fighters say that. You mean it?
They say that, you know, God has given me more gift than one just to become a professional fighter and a champion. I've got other gifts another way, and I'm sure you'll see me on TV, but not in the ring this time. It's been a great sport. Boxing's been really good to me, and you know, it's helped me a lot. It's helped me achieve a lot from a hard childhood, and I fought for a world title twice. I fought against the best fighters. Maybe if it had been another time, I would have been not such a good champion, but fought such a good champion. But that's it. That's the end of the day for me. I'm 31, and I want to spend a bit of time and see my children grow up.
Well, that's maybe a wise decision. Were there any moments in there tonight when you were catching him with those counters and you had him going in the first round when you thought maybe it'll happen for me?
I just thought, you know, he wasn't coming forward, and that was giving me so much confidence. He was wary about coming forward, and I thought I'd catch him again when that. He didn't catch on from the first time I caught him, and I just thought now and again he caught me with a good body shot, and he didn't let me off the hook. And yeah, as I say, that's boxing.
How good is he?
He's not as good as I thought. He's not in the same league as Trinidad, put it that way. When Trinidad gets you going, he puts you away straight away. But he's a worthy champion. I don't think he's one of the best at light middleweight, but you know, only time will tell that, Ian.
What are you going to do with the rest of your life then, Kevin?
I don't know. I'm going to go on holiday now. I'm going to go off to Florida, Disney World with my kids, and I'll sit back with my wife. I've got a good agent in Dave Hahn. He'll get me some work outside boxing. You haven't heard the last of me, you know, but you have in the ring. I've given it all I can, and I appreciate Sky for filming most of my fights, and it's been great. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the memories, Kevin. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So Harry Simon, successful first defence of the WBO light middleweight championship. You must be a very happy man.
Oh, for sure. Definitely, I'm very happy. And it wasn't an easy opponent, they say. It was a very tough opponent. He can crack a bit, and I just done what my trainer told me to do. And then that's what happened.
The relationship you got with Frank Warren is working very well, because Britain seems to be a very happy hunting ground for you.
I want to say thanks to Frank Warren for giving me this opportunity to come and defend my first world title championship here. Thanks, Frank.
That's good, Harry. We're delighted to have you here. You know, you're a great fighter. Everybody loves to see you here, and we're going to have you here back again when you fight Rodney Jones.
Right, back onto that. Now, Rodney Berman, your manager, is not here tonight. Where on earth is he?
Rodney Berman is not actually my manager. My manager is Brian Mitchell. He's standing down here, manager and trainer. They're standing right there in front of him.
Yeah, former world champion, of course, Brian Mitchell. Brian, if you want to just turn around a moment and get in the picture. You know, this relationship you've got with Frank, you've got Rodney Jones next time out, I understand, the American.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Well, we're confident now, especially after tonight's victory. Harry needed sort of a tune-up before fighting the number 1 contender. He beat a great champion in Winky, right? And obviously tonight he was a bit nervous. His first defense coming out was a bit wild in the first round. But, you know, it was race over in the 3rd round. And he showed his class when he settled down and using his hand speed. And we're confident that Harry Simon's going to keep the title for a long time.
He's a very good fighter, very busy. Harry, I'm just going to ask you, any message for the folks back home in Namibia?
I'd like to say hi to my supporters, all my supporters there in Namibia. Harry Simon done it again. This is for all of us, and I'm looking forward for the next event, and I hope it's going to be the same. I'll try all my best not to disappoint.
Do you think it'll be in England, Frank?
I don't know. It'd be nice to go to Namibia. I mean, that's something we can consider. But at the end of the day, it's not, you know, I just think that as long as we got television, people keep seeing Harry Simon. He's going to be a fantastic fighter. I mean, he's a fantastic fighter, and I think he's going to go on and unify some titles. I think he's a really excellent fighter. First time I see him, I was very excited, and I think our faith and our confidence in him has paid off.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Enjoy your championship. Take care. Thank you. Good night.